She's got to be a cheerleader for people sometimes, you know? That's my job right now, is I am her cheerleader. So I'd be like, you look at the progress. Look at it, right here. Guys, welcome to the vlog. Busy Friday here. It's a little rainy out. We got a lot of miscellaneous things going on that we're not necessarily filming. We're about to hop into a full staff meeting here. We won't be filming that, obviously. So we're gonna get into that here, go over some things with the team, and then we'll get into a lot of board and trains. We got a couple one-on-ones coming in, and see where the day takes us.
He was very, very interested in what was going on, and I could tell he wanted to, get at her, but he controlled himself.
Okay, good. I mean, that sounds like a lot of progress, because he wasn't able to do that before when I was there. He would try to hop off the bed, he was very interested in trying to chase. That sounds like quite a bit of progress.
Yeah.
So.
No, but he won't go in the down on his own.
Well, I mean, I understand.
In
No, I understand. I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself with that, though, because we got to look at, and the reason why I'm kind of slowing you down with this a bit is because we have to look at the incremental progress, right? Before, Cat in the room was, not in the question. You know what I mean? He would, get up, he would try to chase, we couldn't get him to slow down and focus back in. So now he's demonstrating the impulse control is there, right? He's not going to chase the cat, but he's really amped up still, right? Which, yes, do we want that to get better? Of course. I'm not saying we don't want that to get better, obviously. But the fact that he's able to do that when he wasn't able to do that before is the first big hurdle we got to get past. So now, even with the kids, like you said, right? He's made a lot of progress with, he holds that position. He doesn't try to chase them down and bite them and jump on them or any of those things he used to try to do, right? But he's still aroused, right? That's him just letting that energy out in a different way, right? So now that we've hit this point, really the next step is we need to let him be successful with that for a little bit longer until we see that arousal level continue to come down. And this is where if you want to make it harder for him, you could start implementing that down command on the bed to force him into that chiller position, which is going to be even harder for him to keep himself under control, which will challenge it even more,
Right.
So listen, I mean, I saw, you want to schedule another session, which I get, but that's still the next step. There's only so much we're going to be able to do in another session until we see that get even a little bit better,
Okay.
So my recommendation would be, let's give this one more week, adding in the down on the bed, right? Still really firm with the correction if he breaks command. Let's see if we can get him a little calmer. Let's hop back on the phone next Friday or something, and then we'll schedule a session for the following week for that.
Okay, that sounds good.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good. Now, do you want me to put him in down with the cat and with the kids?
Yeah. Because here's the thing. We checked the box that we're not putting him in the down because he won't hold place if he's not in the down, right? We're just putting him in the down to add another layer of control onto things to get him thinking even harder.
Okay.
So do that for one more week. Maybe try to, what would be beneficial for me is if you can get me a couple of videos of him doing it, maybe near the end of the week, closer to Friday, so I could see what the progress looks like. And like I said, we'll hop on the phone Friday then. Just shoot me another email with those videos, and then we'll hop on the phone, and then we'll discuss a session from there.
Okay.
Because I think you just got a little bit more work to do with this before I come back there.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Okay, cool. All right, well, good work. Keep it up. Look at those baby progress, too. I didn't like that. When you said the cat, it didn't feel like you were making progress because you made a ton of progress with that.
Okay, good.
So just keep it up. Like I said, we'll talk Friday and we'll go from there.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Yep, take care.
All right.
Well, we've got our two buddies here, Ace and Bubby. Bubby's actually a foster dog with us right now. and I figured we were working. They're about the same level right now, so I figured we'd start working them together, pushing them a little bit. So right now we're just working bed stays, getting them kind of both used to having to be by other dogs, lay by them, but still hold that command. So working that duration, but also those distractions as well with having another dog there. You can see Ace is really taking control here with Bubby kind of rolling around and everything. But so I'm just using this whole floor to kind of work them around, getting them both used to the bed stay or the down stays that they've been working on so well, making sure that it's just a little bit more firm of the command. Okay? Boys. Ace. Down. Good. Good. Usually we work the duration just with the dog alone, individual sessions and stuff, but even though they're not even with the same owners or anything, it's good to kind of get them around other dogs so that when they go home, they're able to kind of do this out in public if there are other dogs around and stuff like that. It'll be good to work that duration. Good. And then when they're done, they get a little playtime together. Okay.
What's she up to?
Just sitting.
Good? She doing pretty good with them?
Yeah, I think she's doing better. She's still very she's just kind of stubborn against it. I don't know. She
Doesn't like it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like uncomfortable for her or what, but she stays pretty well until we release her, which is good. And I don't know, I think she's even been better on the leash with the different collar. Like she stays more nearby. She's less reactive to other dogs.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll take a look at stuff, see where she's at.
All right.
Cool, I'll take her back from you. So what I want to do next here is we're going to start shaping the down command a little bit. So with this, it's going to be very similar to the sit. We're going to be using downward pressure on the leash here to teach it. Spin this thing around all your hair.
Right.
Jesus. There we go.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is just apply a little bit of pressure down, and then hold that steady, and just wait for her to start lowering herself with it. This one they could either be really good with right off the bat, or they could have a hard time with. So we'll see what we get. We're getting our last big fight out of the way. And then as she kind of ducks her head down, what I'll do is just take whatever slack she gives me until she ultimately gets all the way down. So a little bit more there. Good. And when she does it, mark and reward. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Come on. Same deal. A little pressure down. Almost. Good. Okay. Good. Okay. All right, we're gonna give her a quick break there.
Okay.
Hang out, Pearl.
Hi, Pearl.
Live a little bit.
You, I'm a good gal.
She's doing good. That down for a lot of dogs. I mean, I've seen some dogs that like to get the first one takes like 20 minutes. So she's doing fine. You know, she's just got to figure out that the standing up isn't what turns it off. It's the laying down. So give her a second here and then we'll do a couple more of them. And my expectation with this is, again, not perfection, just like with the other ones. I just want to see that she's understanding more clearly when she feels that pressure, what to do to relieve it, obviously. Good. Okay. Looks awesome.
Yeah.
Ending strong there. See what we
Good job,
got.
Pearl. Great work.
Not too shabby. So, yeah, adding duration into your positions and downs.
All right.
If you can get those things looking pretty good, then we'll be ready to start the e-collar next week.
Okay, bro, we can do it.
Just the same deal, the downs, just be patient with them. Like I said, you'll see a point, like at the end there, she started really clicking with it. You'll see it really start clicking at home if you're using the rewards a lot with it and stuff, and she'll continue to get pretty smooth. Those, don't worry about working out and about. Do those in like a quiet environment for right now.
Okay.
So, but those look great.
Okay, great.
She's doing good. Okay, so this is a really great example of some of the concepts we've been talking about over the course of the last couple of weeks throughout the vlog, where we've talked about taking your time working through certain dogs, not rushing the process, trying to keep your attention on like the little wins as opposed to like where you think the dog should be in that moment. So Zeus has been here for about 2 weeks now, like 2 weeks and a day or something like that. And he's actually here for a 5-week board and train. So we're not in any sort of particular rush with him, but he's definitely moving slowly through the program. From when we first started the vlog, and you look at some of the dogs like Riley and Luca and Bennett, and who was the other one that we had? who's the red lab? Rocky. Yeah. So those dogs were just out of the box, ridiculously motivated dogs. Lana is another dog like that who hasn't been here very long, but is just flying through some of the training, right? You get into positive reinforcement is a very powerful thing, and it's something that if we could develop that food drive with these dogs right off the rip, they're going to move through that process very rapidly, and you're going to see really, really quick results out of these dogs. Now, I could get this dog to do all of these commands very quickly. I could use higher levels on the e-collar right off the rip. I could use a lot more negative reinforcement in order to teach and shape these behaviors with him. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. Let me be clear about it. Some trainers out there would be like, no, that's the wrong way to do it. You're going to screw something up if you do it this and that. The reason why I choose not to do that, at least in a board and train format where I would do it in a one-on-one lesson format, is because the transition from board and train to at home with the owner is already so difficult. You know what I mean? We have to get the owner learning all of these skills. We have to get the owner liking doing the training, being motivated to do the training. And if I'm relying so heavily on pressure and the dog's a little bit shut down or a little bit scared initially when they're going through that process, it's going to be that much harder for me to get that motivation out of the owner. Now, in addition to that, a lot of Zeus's problems have to do with trusting of new people. And yes, a part of that is being a good, firm leader for him and setting boundaries, which is something that I have done if I've noticed behavioral issues towards outside things. We got on jumping right off the rip with him. We got on some crate anxiety right off the rip with him. I got on some lunging and stuff on the walk with him right off the rip. But now that he's not exhibiting any major negative behavioral issues, I'm taking my time with the motivation. You guys have seen that process of like, he wouldn't even take food from me, wouldn't even take the food out of my hand. He would just kind of get into the positions with leash pressure and stuff, to now he's responding to commands, he's taking food out of my hands, and I'm not needing to use any leash guidance or help, and he's starting to develop some motivation for it. He's been holding this bed stay the entire time that we've done this so far. So again, he's making progress with things, and he's doing a phenomenal job of working through these types of things. So that's kind of why we do some of this kind of stuff, is to continue to get that drive out of him. And with most dogs, not all of them, not 100% of them, but with most dogs, we'll see that tipping point. Once they really kind of get it and things start to click, and we've taken our time with all of these introductory steps with things where they really progress rapidly through stuff. And listen, we still have to then take this around distractions and get them out and about and all that kind of stuff, which we started to little by little do. And there we'll have to probably increase our levels and get on them a little bit more and stuff like that. But for right now, I've got all the time in the world to get to that part, and that's the easy stuff. I'm setting in place a good foundation right now with him first. Okay. Let's see what we get. Max, come. It's so weird that he gets like this off leash.
I feel like that too.
No, Max, come. Come here, buddy.
He's being very strange.
This is what he's done every time. The only thing is the last few times I've done it, he's opened up more. No, Max, come. Good. Max, come. No. Max, come. Did you get that correction that I just had to give right there?
Yeah.
You did? Like you got all of that right there?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Max, come. Now, good. So per what we were just talking about, see I said I was gonna get some rambling points here. Per what we were just talking about here, since I've spent the time creating the foundation with this dog, right? I spent the time shaping everything. I spent the time not rushing into giving big corrections for everything. I spent my time developing some motivation so he could understand what it is that I wanted him to do. When push came to shove and I hit a point where I was like, all right, for whatever reason, he's distracted, he doesn't want to do this, he's a little nervous or unsure, and I needed to go up and give that higher correction. Like basically I went from a 2 to a 40 right there, right? He knew exactly what to do. He fixed himself, and now we're gonna see over the next couple reps, he's gonna be much more focused in because of it with minimal fallout because I built that relationship with him first. Okay. Max, come. Good. Perfect. It's pretty cool, right? Okay, I mean like he was literally just acting like a weirdo. He's like, I'm off leash. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm gonna try to run and see if I can get out the door. I'm gonna run over to Paige. I'm gonna go to beds because beds are sometimes a safe spot with things. One higher correction for clarity. Max, come. Good. You got him tuned back in. Okay, but David, don't corrections make dogs more scared? Don't corrections create anxiety? Isn't using an aversive or a negative gonna make my dog not trust me? No, because what it does is it provides clarity. Fear or anxiety, typically speaking, comes from fear or anxiety of the unknown. So the more clearly we can communicate with the dog, forget aversive, forget positive, just clear communication, that by itself decreases the stress of the unknown. Max, come. Good. Okay. Max, come. Good. Okay. Max, come. Good. Okay. Okay. David, you've trained little dogs. You never seen any little dogs on your page. Down. Got this fucking G right here. Daisy, come.